That's killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Luvac left. You don't want to change from the 4-3-3.
Memories. Boy, this top meant a lot to me, you know. At one point, this is my daily uniform, along with the jacket, the trainers, the whatever, the boots, everything. I'm actually quite annoyed I didn't get to do a preview before when they went to Kenilworth Road. I'm annoyed I couldn't go to the game, man. So many memories of actually going there, getting all the way to Bulldog to train. It's crazy. But somehow, this club, yeah, that I never would have ever envisioned in my life, has managed to come to the Premier League. And not only that, they're playing against Liverpool at Anfield. What's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James Show for another preview. This time, Liverpool take on Luton Town at home in a game that, if we're being honest, is a bit of a piss take. Like, sandwiched in between, do you know what I mean? The game we had at Brentford on the weekend and the Chelsea game. Chelsea had their Tottenham game rescheduled, or it's been postponed until further notice. They're not playing midweek. I do feel as though it's a bit unfair. Do you know what I mean? You've got two English teams competing for a cup and a trophy that they want to like add and create more prestige around. And we're the team that gets the brunt end of it because we're now playing back. We're playing, do you know what I mean, 3 games in a week, whereas Chelsea get 1 full week to rest for the final. That, of course, is annoying, but compound that or add to that Liverpool are now in a huge injury crisis. It does compound the feeling of things being a bit unfair. But look, Liverpool have to get the job done. And we can't, you know, although the Carabao Cup final is on the horizon and it's a chance for Klopp to secure, on his farewell tour, to secure a first trophy this season for Liverpool, for the Reds to go and do that as well. Luton Town is a game that's, you know, we have to take that game seriously because this has a lot of meaning and it can have a massive effect on the title race that we're in. And as we know, we're competing with Arsenal and Manchester City for the title. Manchester City are playing tonight and they are playing Brentford. And it means that depending on the result, Liverpool can actually go even separate themselves from City a bit more if we're able to go and get the job done against Luton Town. And that has to be the priority. That has to be the priority, guys. Of course, what we're going to go and talk about today, we're going to get into Jerry Knows Bets. Obviously, we're going to get into predicted lineups, and we're going to have a look at, where Liverpool are in the table, what to expect from Luton, and how can we manage this injury crisis that we're in right now. Before I get started on anything, though, make sure you are smashing the like, guys. Hit that like button. Smash the like. I know you guys have been watching for 3 or 4 minutes now. Smash the like. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new to the channel. If you do like the content, if you're not too sure yet, stay to the end of the video. You may start to enjoy it, and then you might subscribe at the end. But just make sure you're hitting that like button. Engage in the comments, and any kind of questions you've got towards me. Yes, it's not a live. Hit here in the comments, and I'm going to get back to you. But look, without further ado, we know straight off the bat after we need to just go and address Klopp's press conference, and he's really going to go and get into depth, and he's going to go and let us know. He does let us know what's going on with these injuries currently. Where is it here? Let me just actually find out. I think I've got the wrong tab. 2 seconds, people. How did this happen to me? I'm not too sure. Someone doesn't want me to go and talk about the truth. Maybe it's the fact that I'm obviously discussing in the members video, and I've actually recorded it the injury crisis that's surrounding Liverpool and the FSG and the higher ups don't want me to talk about it. But what we're going on to obviously to talk about, and we're not going to skip that, but the injury crisis. So we know currently that Trent is out, Szoboszlai is out, Jones is out, Jota is out, Alisson is out. Those are the major recent injury concerns that we've got. Add to that Salah is a doubt now for Luton, as well as Nunez. It is posing a lot of questions, and we're really stretching this squad now in a time it's the business end of the season. Let's just keep it a buck. It is the business end of the season. I'm looking at Liverpool right now, and we need to be able to manage this situation really well. Now, we know, according to Klopp, that Curtis Jones, unfortunately, Jota and Alisson are all long-term absentees, and as Klopp discussed, will be out for the foreseeable future. What does that mean? I don't know. He hasn't let us know. He hasn't given us a timeline. So it's difficult to really put a name or a number on it. All we know is that for Luton and the Carabao Cup fixture, they will not be available for selection. And that's a massive, obviously, it's a massive blow for Liverpool because Jota has been in fantastic form. We saw the assist that he provided for Nunez. Curtis Jones, for me, I don't know about you guys, has been arguably one of the midfielders of the season in the Premier League, let alone Liverpool's best midfielder this season. Like, this is how well Curtis Jones has been performing. He's outperformed and out. Do you know what I mean? He's outperformed any kind of expectations that I may have had. And I'm the biggest Curtis Jones fan. And I know for a fact Hussam or whoever that doubts Curtis or have doubted Curtis Jones have now had to go and look at the situation and be like, actually, Curtis Jones is one of our best players. So we know that's the situation. And in regards to Trent and Szoboszlai, they're players that obviously are more, Trent and Szoboszlai as well should be back within the week. So those two, they won't be available for the Cup. Maybe potentially if we get a miracle, but we're looking towards next week. So look, those players are looking to come back in the horizon, and that's always going to be a positive. We know how important Trent is. We know how important Szoboszlai is. But then we look to Salah and Nunez. Now, the duo that managed to go and score against Brentford, Salah with a goal and assist, Nunez with that superb, audacious chip against Flecken, the upright Flecken. Nunez came off at half-time with obviously a potential knock or a niggle. And obviously we've tried to protect him, so take him off at half-time and bring on GAKPO. And Salah, although he finished the game and came on for Diogo Jota, is now supposedly out again. And another one that will be monitored day to day, according to Klopp's press conference. So that does start to look a bit worrying. But looking at this game now, we know that more likely than not, if they are available for the Luton game, they won't be starting the game. So we looking at the options that we've got, and we're going to get into it in a minute, is GAKPO, DIAZ, Elliott. These players are really going to have to go and step up for us. And as a team, we're going to have to step up. The chances that we concede will have to decrease. And yes, it is a Luton, but we still have to take these games very, very seriously, because as we saw on the weekend, although they were at home, Luton Town can put up a performance. And they really remind me of how we used to go and play football when I used to go and play for Luton. So I do look at, this game as another potential banana skin, but one that I do think Liverpool can overcome. If we go and have a look at the stats, and of course, Jerry knows bets. We get into the stats as we always do. If you're a betting person, you're really going to enjoy this segment. Guys, make sure we're smashing a like. Liverpool have never lost a home league game against Luton. With this, their first such meeting since a 2-1 Reds win in January 1992. Again, Liverpool dominant in this fixture, have never lost a home game against Luton, playing 14 as well. Luton have played away at Liverpool without ever winning more often than any other opponent in their professional league history, 14. While Liverpool have only faced Grimsby Town, 18 at home in the league, more without ever losing than the Hatters. Clearly, of course, we lost to them on the reverse fixture. I'm looking at this, and this is just a banker for Liverpool from a logical standpoint. Only 4 promoted teams have ever won their first Premier League match against Liverpool at Anfield. That was Newcastle in 93-94, Barnsley in 97-98, Watford in 90-2000, and Blackpool in 2010-11. So it does, the omens look good, and they do kind of go in our favour, which is really good to see. Liverpool have lost just one of their last 54 Premier League games at Anfield, winning 41 and drawing 12. Ridiculous record, going down 2-1 to Jesse Marsh's Leeds side in October last year, if we recall. Somerville with the goal. They are unbeaten in 24 home league games since that defeat to Leeds, winning 19 and drawing 5. Really, really strong. We've been able to go and make Anfield a fortress yet again. Luton are unbeaten in 3 away league games, though, drawing 2 and winning 1, picking up more points, 5, and scoring more goals, 8, in this run than they managed in their first 8 Premier League away matches before, which was 4 points. So again, they're starting to pick up these results away from home, and this has obviously been as of recent. They've really started to go and get the wins. Rob Edwards doing a fantastic job at Kenilworth Road as well. Liverpool have won each of the last 11 Premier League games played on a Wednesday since a 1-0 defeat to Brighton at Anfield in February 2021, almost 2 years ago. At home, the Reds have only lost 2 of their last 50 matches in the competition on this day of the week. Again, another omen, just suggesting Liverpool are in the running. Liverpool's substitutes have been directly involved in 20 goals in the Premier League this season, with Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo each scoring and assisting from the bench last time out against Brentford. Indeed, 20 is the joint most the Reds have registered in a Premier League season, along with 2015 to 2016. So that probably is going to improve. We're scoring goals off the bench. However, our squad depth is being tested now, and depending on the lineup that the players that we've got available, not even the lineup, we may be in a situation where on the bench we've got the likes of Traynoni, McConnell, Scanlon, Kwanzaa, a lot of young players on the bench, maybe Clark as well. There's so many players that we could go and put into that. Kenny Gordon's another one. Young players that will potentially get an opportunity, even if it means an appearance on the bench, because we're really struggling for numbers at the moment. Mohamed Salah has been directly involved in 24 Premier League goals for Liverpool this season, with 15 goals and 9 assists. Almost got the double-double, which is good to see. Should he assist one more goal this term, he'll become just the second player in the competition's history to register 10+ goals and 10+ assists in 5 different campaigns after Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney wanted to go to the Premier League, and Salah's in that conversation. You know, the likes of Henry has never done that back-to-back. Yes, he got the 20 goals, 20 assists. Have you got 10 assists for 5 consecutive in 5 different campaigns? That's crazy. Crazy from Salah, man. And we saw how sharp he was, and he'll be a big miss if we don't have him for Luton as well. But we do have some games on the horizon, and we have to look towards that with a small eye, I'd say. Liverpool's Luis Diaz has scored in both of his last 2 Premier League appearances at Anfield, while against newly promoted sides, home and away in the competition, he's been directly involved in 6 goals in 9 appearances, with 5 goals and 1 assist. Maybe, like I said, the title does say GAKPO and Diaz need to step up. Maybe this is the time Diaz steps up. Diaz is starting to get some rhythm, is playing games. He's not necessarily performing great, but he's getting goals, he's getting assists, he's making a difference in games. Maybe this is another time for him to step up and shine now, especially with the injuries. And the last that I've got for you guys, and this is to do with Luton, is Carlton Morris, their big number 9, has scored in both of Luton's last 2 away league games against Burnley and Newcastle. The last player to score in 3 successive away Premier League appearances for a promoted side was Alexander Mitrovic for Fulham from October 22 to January 2023 last season. We know how good of a season he was having and how good of a season Fulham had. So Carlton Morris really starting to perform as well. And look, they're going to cause us a lot of problems. They're going to be another team that go very, very direct. They will go man for man, and I think their man for man defending means that this will actually create some chances for Liverpool. They aren't a team that are going to sit off in a low block and try and defend. For example, for instance, the way Brentford do. They're not going to go and do that, and may need to adapt. But I think their first point of call will be to try and get at us, to go man for man and really squeeze us in areas where they want us to lose the ball. And that might be with Konate on the ball. It may be when Endo gets the ball. The players that may not be as good as some of the other players we've got because we've got a lot of quality. For instance, it will be pointless to go and press a Bradley because he's proven to be very press resistant as a right back. It would be pointless to go and try and press a McAllister compared to an Endo because Endo is much more defensively sound. So we need to go and take that into consideration. And if we go and obviously have a look here, guys, at where Luton are in the league. Let me just get this up here. Liverpool, of course, here, only losing 2 games this season. 25 games played, 17 wins, 6 draws, only 2 losses. The loss against Arsenal and Tottenham, North London has really done us this season. North London has really done us somehow. However, they don't beat us at Anfield, and that's the positive point we can take from there. As we know, Luton currently are in 18th place, and they're really, with a game in hand against Everton, they're going to have a lot of not only momentum but belief that if they get a result, they've got a game in hand on Everton, they can go within a point of Forest, and that's at 16th place, and they're really pushing to go and beat that club that can survive. And all they need is that one win. They're 18th, isn't it? Burnley, they're not going to catch them up. They've only got 13 points this season. Sheffield United also on 13 points, and I don't think they're going to be able to make up that difference of 7 points, unfortunately, especially with how the league's going, unless there's a momentous turnaround for those 2 teams. Luton Town are looking to stay in the league, and they've got a massive, massive chance. We can see Crystal Palace, from Brentford all the way down. Brentford on 25 points, Crystal Palace on 25 points, Nottingham Forest on 24, Everton on 20, and obviously they've played 1 more game than Luton. If Luton win, they go to 23 points, a point and 2 points behind Brentford in 14th. And that does really propel them up the league. So you can see how tight it is at the bottom of the table. So they're going to be right up for it. The question is, are Liverpool going to be right up for it? And what we're going to do next, guys, is we're going to get into obviously the predicted lineups, and then I'm going to give you my score predictions. And it's going to be difficult for me to make score predictions because I'm here looking at this top here, and it's bringing back so many memories. And I wish Liverpool. I always back Luton, always, for every single game. They are essentially my second team when I've seen them in the Premier League. But it's Liverpool, and I'm going to need you to spank them, unfortunately. I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's just a nice clinical 3-0. And we don't destroy them, because there'll be a bit of me that does hurt. But we've got to get the job done. And Liverpool presides over everything. So whilst I'm going and getting the lineup up, guys, make sure you are smashing the likes as well. Hit the notification bell as well to stay up to date as well, because I will be going live to discuss certain transfer rumours that are coming about, the likes of Frimpong, Gahey. Do you know what I mean? A lot of links surrounding those players, Frimpong, Bayer Leverkusen. It'll be very, very interesting to go and see, man. Let me just share this tab now. That should be with you guys. There we go. So, of course, I'm looking at Liverpool right now, and it's going to be difficult to go and really predict what Klopp will go with, because although we haven't got the numbers, the question is Klopp going to go and maybe put a Clark into midfield and really trust them the way he's trusted Bradley? Will Cade Gordon come in and start? There's so many different things that we can go and do that. Right now in our team, rotational pieces are key. Hey, is Konate going to start? Do we start a Konate, or do we go and decide that actually we want to go and play Kwanzaa and give Konate a break for the Carabao Cup final? There's so many things we've got to think about. But I'm going to give you the team I think Klopp will go with. Of course, Kelleher's in goal, as we know, and as I obviously explained, Alisson's out for the foreseeable future. We don't know what that is, so it's going to have to be Kelleher in goal. I'm going to go with Connor Bradley at right back. I'm going to go with Robbo at left back. And at the back, not unfortunately, but I'm going to stick to that same back line. I think it is that part of the season where we need a bit of consistency in the back line. I don't like a lot of changes. They're both fit. Robertson's come back from an injury and needs to get some game time. The more games he plays, the sharper he will look, and we need him fit and firing, especially for that City game on the horizon now. Joe Gomez has been fantastic, and I think he'll be used as a rotational piece now, but Bradley offers us something from an offensive standpoint. And with Salah missing, potentially with Nunez missing, with Jones missing, we're going to need some creativity. And he does offer that. And we saw that in the Brentford game and every game that he's played for Liverpool. The midfield, I think, will be as follows. Endo in the 6 with McAllister and Gravenberch just ahead. The team that finished the game at Brentford. Gravenberch had a decent game, probably a much better game than he's had for a while. McAllister started off the game quite slow, but got a goal, and of course he's the first name on the team sheet. Endo had a decent game from a defensive standpoint, and we're really going to go and need him to stop those counter-attacks and those direct balls into Carlton Morris, into Corley Woodrow. We know Tosin Adarabioyo is an injury doubt because he did sustain an injury in the warm-up for the United game. They did exert themselves a lot on Sunday as well, and that extra day may actually bode well for Liverpool in terms of recovery and so forth. Obviously, they've got Barkley in there as well, and I think Endo's going to have to do a job on Barkley and stop him trying to, make runs in behind, get in between. Do you know what I mean, the defensive midfield and the DM and arm defensive line. I'm looking at Gravenberch, and I need to see a strong performance from him as well. But if he just plays the way he did on the weekend, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay, especially considering we're at Anfield. In terms of the team that we're going to have to go with, I think it will be this. Harvey Elliott on the right, replacing obviously Jota and Salah. DIAZ keeps his place, and GAKPO up front. A chance for GAKPO to really try and cement himself as a starter for Liverpool. A good chance for him as well. We've seen how, injuries can actually go and give opportunity for certain players to go and emerge and try to establish themselves in the team. Elliott's done that at times. We've seen Endo do that with the injury to McAllister earlier on in the season. Gomez has done it this season. Bradley done it this season. And we're going to need GAKPO to do the same, man. GAKPO, he's a player that I would want to go and see playing on the left. But considering the injuries that we've got and where he played against Brentford, I think he is going to be a banker to go down the middle. I think Klopp does like him in that false 9 role. And with this, I think, we're going to need runs from deep from Gravenberch. I think he's going to have to make runs into the box and really help out this attack as Elliott drops off and cuts inside and tries to use his creativity. I think this team can get a job done against Luton. I really want to know what you guys think if you're watching this on a replay or watching this after it's been recorded. How do you feel about this lineup? Do you think this lineup can get get the job done against Luton? Of course, the bench isn't going to look good. The bench, if we've got Salah available and Nunez, it does change things, of course. But if they're not available, our bench doesn't look strong. And we're going to have to make sure that the first team can do the job and then we can see out the deal, of course. See out the deal with the substitutions that we've got in the likes of Kwanzaa and Gomez that may be used from a defensive standpoint. So it could get very techie, but I do have trust in this Liverpool team. Now, of course, it's time for score predictions. Now I'm looking at Liverpool. And Liverpool always don't, and I don't want to say flattered to deceive because I mean the opposite. Liverpool always proved me wrong and have done this season. I think it will be a tight game. I'm edging for a 2-1. I think Liverpool might even win 3-1. I think Liverpool win 3-1. I think they've been fantastic this season. Any obstacle that's emerged from them, they've been able to overcome. And if they can continue this, then we need it means that we're in the right position in the table. Now, regardless of all the injuries, I know there's a lot of excuses, but the best teams, the best athletes don't use excuses and don't take excuses as an answer or as the be-all and end-all. We have to rise above them. And I think Klopp will be having that message as well for the players. So I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to go very bold. I'm going to go bold, guys. I'm going to go 3-1. Hopefully, I'm not regretting it at the end. I'm not begging for forgiveness, guys. I'm not upset. Do you know what I mean? We're not seeing these images again. I don't want to see that as well. I don't want to end up, in tears. So obviously, so hopefully, guys, that my prediction does come true. I should potentially be at the game as well. So for any fans that are going to be at the game, do shout me on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, and we could probably link up before the game, depending on what time I get there, depending if I can even get there, because work is proving a bit tricky. But look, that's going to be me. That's been the preview for Luton versus Liverpool versus Luton. Please make sure we are smashing the like, hit the notification bell as well to keep updated. Become a member, guys, as well. Look, the member video is dropping. I don't want to go and even drop the thumbnail right now, but you're going to enjoy it. We're discussing the injury crisis and why this stuff has happened. So we know there's obviously all these conspiracy theories. I have got down the reason why. I've got the facts down, and I know why this is happening to Liverpool, and I think we'll be very interested to obviously discuss. But look, people, until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's a pre-record. I know you'd like to get engaged live, but engage with me in the comments. But stay blessed. It's been a Jerry James show, and we are out. Peace.